Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about formation of a company. First, let us recall the meaning of a company. Joint stock company is a voluntary association of persons for profit, having a capital divided into transferable shares, the ownership of which is the condition of membership. All of you know that company, it is an association of persons for profit, and the capital of the company, that is divided into shares. And if you want to become the owner of the company, you need to subscribe to those shares. Now the question arises, why company form of organization? Why is it being preferred over other forms of businesses? The reason is quite simple. Because due to increasing competition and fast changing technological environment, the requirement of finance for the businesses that has increased. So there is a need of that form of organization that can supply you enough finance to deal with this increased competition and fast changing technological environment. Now let us start with the formation of a company. Formation of a company. It means bringing a company into existence and starting its business. So, the steps which are required from the time a business idea originates to the time a company is legally bound to commence business are referred to as stages in the formation of a company. Or simply you can say the steps from generation of the idea up to the commencement of the business, that are referred to as the stages in the formation of a company. Now there are 4 stages in the formation of a public limited company. These are promotion, incorporation, capital subscription, and the last one is commencement of business. Now, if the company is private, it is private limited, it need to undergo only through first 2 steps in order to start its business. But a public limited company, that will have to complete all these 4 steps before starting its business. Now, let us start with the first step, promotion. As we know, company is an artificial person. So, it needs someone who conceives a business idea and decide to form a company to give practical shape to that idea. And all the task, all the work done by that person, that is termed as a promotion. So it is the first stage in the formation of a company. It involves conceiving a business opportunity and taking an initiative to form a company. And who is the promoter? It can be any person or group of persons, or it can be a company who conceives this business idea and does all the preliminary work to give practical shape to this idea. Now, what are the functions performed by a promoter, or what are the steps in the promotion stage? Our first step will be first you will identify opportunity. You will identify business idea. Like you may identify the opportunity of manufacturing a new product or providing a new service or starting a different channel of distribution. Now you will have to find out whether the idea is feasible or no, whether it can be practically implemented or no. Feasibility studies, it include technical, financial and and economical feasibility studies, and it is conducted with the help of specialists like engineers, CA, etc. Now technical feasibility, that means from technical viewpoint you will find out whether the idea can be implemented or no. That means whatever inputs you require to implement the idea, these inputs, that may be in the form of raw material or that may be in the form of some technology, whether these will be available or no. Secondly, financial feasibility, that means whether you will be able to arrange the finance required to give practical shape to your idea, whether your idea is financially feasible or no, whether you will be able to arrange the necessary finance. And the last one is economical feasibility, that means whether the idea that will generate enough profits to cover all the cost plus give you that amount of profit for undertaking the risk. So basically feasibility studies, it is conducted to find whether idea can be converted into real projects. Now suppose you have discovered some idea and after conducting feasibility studies, idea seems to be completely feasible. Now you will think of a name for the proposed company and submit that name to the registrar of companies of the state for its approval. And while deciding about the name, you must remember, it must not be similar to that of any other existing company. Secondly, it should end with private limited in case of private company and limited or public limited in case of a public company. Third, the name should not be misleading. It should not convey any connection of the company with the government. Then in the fourth step, you will fix up signatories to the memorandum. You will make contracts with the persons who will act as the signatories to the memorandum of association, and these signatories in future, they will be the first directors of the company. Then you will appoint the necessary professionals like merchant bankers, auditors, that will help you in preparation of necessary documents to be submitted with the ROC. Now you will proceed with the preparation of necessary documents, that is memorandum of association, articles of association and prospectus, so that you can proceed to the next step, that is incorporation. So these are the different steps in the promotion. First, you will identify idea, then you will check whether it is feasible or no. You will get the name approved from registrar of companies and fix up the persons who will act as the signatories. Then you will appoint the professionals who will help you in preparation of necessary documents which will be required for the registration of the company. Now let us come to the second stage. Incorporation. Incorporation means registration of the company as a body corporate under the Indian Companies Act 2013 and receiving certificate of incorporation. Now, first you will have to apply to the registrar of the companies for the incorporation of the proposed company. Then your application that must be accompanied by the following documents: Memorandum of Association, Articles of Association, Statement of Registered Capital or the Authorized Capital, Written Consent of the proposed directors to act as directors and to buy qualification shares, Notice of the address of the registered office, Copy of the registrar's letter approving the name of the company, and statutory declaration that you have completed all the legal formalities for the registration. In case you are not able to submit the address of the registered office right now, then you will have to submit the address within 30 days of the registration. Third, payment of registration fees. Now you will pay the necessary registration fees that depends on the amount of your authorized capital. In the next days, the registrar will verify all the documents, and if all the documents are valid, then he will enter the name of the company in his register. That means your company will be registered. And at last, he will issue you a certificate of incorporation. That means birth certificate of the company. And now, after getting this certificate, the company has become a separate legal entity. Now, it has got the ability to own property, to sue and be sued, and it can enjoy perpetual succession. That means it has become altogether a separate legal entity. It has got a separate existence in the eyes of law. Now, a private company can commence business after getting this certificate, but the public limited companies, they need to undergo through two more stages. Third one is capital subscription stage. Under this stage, the company will obtain the necessary capital for carrying on its activities. A public company can raise funds from the public by issuing shares and debentures. Now, in this stage, a company has to complete all these steps. First, it has to get approval from SEBI. SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. It regulates all the issues of securities by all the companies. Second, filing of prospectus. Prospectus, that means the invitation through which you will invite the public to subscribe to the shares and debentures of the company. A copy of the prospectus that is to be filed with the registrar of the companies. Then you will make appointment of bankers, brokers and underwriters to look after the task of issue of shares. Then you will invite the public and will check whether the minimum subscription, that means 90% of the issue, has been subscribed by the public or no. Then if the minimum subscription has been received, you will apply it to the stock exchange to list your securities, to provide a platform to the investors to trade your stocks actively so that they can make sale of the shares as per their requirements. And lastly, if your shares are listed in the stock exchange, you can proceed with the allotment of shares. After allotting the shares, you will prepare a statement that is called as a return of allotment and file that statement, file that return with the registrar of the companies. Then the last is commencement of business. Now, a public company has to obtain a certificate of commencement of business, and for this it has to file a declaration about the meeting of minimum subscription, then a declaration that all the directors have paid in cash the amount due in respect of qualification shares, a declaration that no amount is pending to be refunded to the applicants, and last, statutory declaration that all the requirements have been complied with and same must be signed by a director or the secretary of the company. And if the registrar is satisfied with the authenticity of the documents, then he will issue you a certificate. If the registrar is satisfied with the authenticity of the documents, he will issue you a certificate for the commencement of the business. This is how you can form a company. So the major steps will be promotion. Number 2, it will be incorporation. Number 3, it will be capital subscription, and last it will be commencement of business. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a good day.